This past weekend was the Berkshire Hathaway annual meeting in Omaha, Nebraska, and I was watching several clips over the weekend on CNBC, and I came across this particular one, and I had no idea why they were talking about the Microsoft Activision deal, but come to find out, Activision is a top holding of Warren Buffett. Who would have known? It's a single-digit percentage-wise, but it's still a top holding. So let's listen into this video to see what they had to say.
This question comes from David Cass, who is a professor at the business school at University of Maryland. He says, at last year's annual meeting, Warren mentioned that Berkshire had taken a large stake in Activision Blizzard as a merger arbitrage play. Since the UK regulator has blocked its acquisition by Microsoft, has Berkshire reduced or sold its stake?
Well, I think in terms of what we do with stocks, we don't give information except when required to, which is in the 13F or whatever we file. And there's certain things you can actually figure out by looking at our 10Q, which we filed this morning, but you have to look pretty hard. But I would say this: I think Microsoft has been remarkably willing to cooperate with governing bodies, and I mean, they want to do the deal, and they've met the opposition, it seems to me, more than halfway. But that doesn't mean that it gets done if a given country, in this case the UK, wants to block it. They're in a better position to block it than the United States. That's just the way the world works. And that doesn't get solved by offering more money. So I don't know how it turns out. But if it doesn't go through, I don't think it's through any shortcoming by either Microsoft or Activision. But not everything that should happen does happen. And well, we ran into it when we bought, made the deal with Dominion Energy 18 months ago, and that they let us buy a good bit of what we wanted to buy, and then the U.S. government, in effect, said, you can't buy something else, which I think we would have done a better job with than anybody else did, and which the states involved did not object to it, which the customers didn't object to it. But you don't take on the United States government, and you try and figure out things that you won't have a problem with. And I think in that case the U.S. government made a mistake. I think the British government's making a mistake in this case, but that's life in the big cities, sure, I would say. And what we do will depend on a lot of things. Charlie?
Well, I think what we do,
Now the CMA, I guess that's the regulatory bodies in Europe, a couple of weeks ago, they said they concluded that the merger would result in the most powerful operator in the fast developing market for cloud gaming. Current market share being between 60 and 70%. They go on to say acquiring a portfolio of world-leading games with the incentive to withhold those games from competitors and substantially weaken competition in this important and growing market. They later go on to say that Microsoft engaged constructively with us to try to address these issues, and we are grateful for that, but their proposals were not effective to remedy their concerns and would have replaced competition with ineffective regulation in a new and dynamic market. So this is the chart of Activision, and let's just analyze it. So this is the monthly chart. Just want to see. It's been in a beautiful uptrend since 2014. What if I extend that there? And it's been just respecting the uptrend line. All right, we can see some resistance, support. We're going to say at the $88 level. And we can see another band of support down at the $72 level. So that's your playing field. All right, let's go down to the weekly chart. And yeah, price has been respecting these bands. Most recently, maybe that was the sell-off on the news of the merger not going through. And you have a couple more touches in this lower band. And you can see this past week price nipped the band and reacted. And on the weekly chart you can see that there's really nothing stopping price from moving back higher. Let's see if there's a play. Oh, look at this. Alright, so this was earnings. Let's just see what they said for earnings. Let's see. Alright, this is from Yahoo, from Simpler Wall Street. Latest 12% decline adds to 1 year losses. Let me see. This is Wednesday, May 3rd. That was April 26th. Okay. All right, let's look at. All right, let's see what Reuters says. All right, so they beat quarterly booking estimates. Let's see. After slow 2022, gaming companies are rebounding the share, helped by the launch of new titles and updated consoles. Activision reported quarterly bookings of 1.86 billion compared to analyst estimates of 1.79. Mobile net bookings for its King division recorded double-digit growth. Company said monthly active users were 368 million during the quarter. Net income rose 740 million. So this looks like it was a buy the rumor, sell the news type of event, because the earnings were good. Or it could have been that just valuations were too high and that Wall Street was just expecting higher or better numbers. All right, so the chart suggests that if price can get past this level, and we'll denote that by a different color. Let's do orange. So you had a drop in price, you had a base, and then you had a drop again, and you have a gap here. So there's a level of sellers on the daily chart at the 77.50 level. But if price can get through this level here, you know, you have this entire gap to fill. So this might have been a good entry, and still is a good entry. Or if you want to be conservative, just wait till price breaches the level at 77.50 before considering it a buy. Again, there's no sellers between 79 and 86. So again, if price can get through this level, it should be easy sailing back up to the origin of the breakdown in price. Thanks for watching. Subscribe. Please like the video.